Hello everyone, my name is Cam, I hope you are all doing okay, and welcome to my wish list for PES 2022, where I go over what I would like to see added, refined or fixed for this year's game. Now in this video you're not going to see an over the top, ambitious wish list from myself, because my expectations for the game are lowered. And what I truly want for the game, I don't think it's possible for this year's installment. However, let's go over my wish list for PES 2022. So first, let us start with Regens. Regens, if you don't know what they are retired players that return through the youth team in PES's Master League. Regens have been in PES since 2010, and the longer you play Master League, you will start to see the CPU teams have a lot of regenerated players in their squads. So you will see Messi, Ronaldo and other top stars return as 16-year-old players with their respective current models for the game. Now not only does this ruin any kind of realism, but it does ruin the longevity of your Master League. Maybe Konami hasn't got the solution for them yet, but hopefully in the future they can be removed or at least be available as managers for different clubs, or if they decide to bring back positional training coaches back for Master League, maybe they can have a place there. But yes, Regens do need to be removed for the progression of the Master League mode. Now I do know that some people do enjoy the Regens, so it would be nice to have the option to turn them on or off before you start your Master League, but I am on the side to have them removed completely. Now let us talk about 3 specific game modes that need an improvement going into this year's game. 2 out of the 3 game modes will be receiving updates for PES 2022, with 1 game mode not even receiving any mention for this year's game in terms of improvements, but it still will be there. These game modes are Master League, My Club and Become a Legend, these game modes that still have room for improvement. As much as I am not a My Club fan, that does not mean I will not check out the game mode from time to time. From my initial experience, it's far too easy to gain the best players, there's too many paywalls and most certainly not enough content. The idea behind My Club is good, but there needs to be more for the user to entice you weekly. Another thing that prevents me to want to play online is how unreliable the connection can be for you when you are playing against someone online, despite there being filters to play against someone with a similar connection. If the game is going to go forward with the esports route and My Club to be bigger than it can be, then it definitely needs to have improved connectivity between players who are trying to participate against each other online. Next is Become a Legend. Now this is the game mode that had no mention of a large update coming for this year's game in comparison to Master League or My Club. Now honestly, as much as I love to play Become a Legend, I feel that Konami uses this game mode as a filler mode, and what I mean by that is that the game mode will always be there, but will it ever be updated? Will the game mode ever be improved? I feel that Become a Legend has fantastic potential, but there is no depth in the game mode whatsoever. In PES 2020, I played a career until I retired. A 20-year career that was just full of games, but not enough cutscenes, personal targets, or personal situations. Once you do complete a Become a Legend career, however, you are greeted with your goals and achievements for the clubs that you have played for, which is a nice touch. But beyond PES 2022, this game mode needs an improvement and not just to be a mode that is collecting dust on the shelf. Now Master League is the ultimate offline game mode for PES, but its development over the years has been slow and confusing. Now we all know that PES 2013 boasts one of the best Master Leagues of the franchise, but with the engine change in 2014, they have been playing catch up every year due to a lot of 2013's features, dialogues and style missing in the Fox engine transition. But as I have said, it has been a confusing journey. Whilst moving on to the Fox engine, it was evident that Master League needed a rebirth, and the game mode was on the right direction, especially with PES 2016's Master League. Arguably, it has the best Master League menu I have seen to date. Every important element is on the main page and not hidden behind sub-menus. And as the years went on from PES 17 to PES 19, the game mode seemed to go backwards. If you really want to know the year-on-year Master League development from PES 2016 to PES 2019, I have a detailed post on Reddit that I made from 2019 comparing the development and the so-called improvements over the years. Now, PES 2020's Master League was the most hyped I've been for the game mode when they dropped the Master League Remastered trailer. It looked like the game mode was about to surge in the right direction, but when we actually got the game, it was more of the same, but with more features such as budget choice and real-life transfer fees for players. A new style of menu was also added, but not as good as 2016's menu because there was too many sub-menus to see the basic of important statistics for players and your club. Decisions need to have more consequences and actions. Clubs need to have standards before you even have joined the club, just like how FIFA does it, because you can pick a top team and go against the recommendations and cut the expectations of the club in half and still be allowed to keep your job. Cutscenes are repetitive with no extra dialogue for the new seasons. Regens can ruin the longevity, as we have already touched on, and signing players can be frustrating as you just cannot seem to budge on release clauses, and you could lose that player for the same amount you have just purchased them for initially. And many other things that make Master League a promising but a frustrating experience. Hopefully the promised large updates for Master League and My Club can come through and improve the game modes going forward, online and offline respectively. So we've spoken about game modes, now let's talk about gameplay. I don't want to spend too much time on this, so I will just list out what I feel needs fixing based on the experience that I have playing PES. Now I feel that referees from PES 2021 still need work. Referees are better in 21 than they are in 20, but due to the collision system, some fouls do go amiss. Loose ball reactions still need an improvement. Defending needs a revamp instead of the game becoming a press simulator, and what I mean by that is the defending just isn't manual enough. You can hold down one button and dispossess your opponent, it is just way too easy. Midfield battles need to return. There is just way too much space in the midfield in PES's games from at least PES 19 to PES 21. I feel PES 2018's midfield isn't actually that bad. It feels like you are in a little bit of a scrap to win the ball, but in PES 19, 20 and 21 it feels just too open, and the space between the defensive line and the midfield itself, it's just absolutely massive, and you can split teams way too easy. Goalkeeper animation overhaul is needed to reduce the Superman dives and Superman penalty dives. I have made a video on that from last year. If you want to go and check that out, link is also in the description. We also need reduced accuracy from the AI's free kicks, and to make free kicks for the user a little bit more difficult. Improvement is needed in various animations such as running, passing and shooting. Improved ball physics are needed on finesse shots to remove the ridiculous whip and bend. Collisions still need to be refined going forward into the new engine. And responsiveness still needs that extra work because sometimes my players do feel very clunky and very heavy. There are also other things to bring to the table, but this would be a significant progress for year one on the Unreal Engine. But who knows? With the game apparently being built from the ground up, maybe everything I have mentioned is in the past, but only time will tell. Next is the edit mode. Now when I speak of the edit mode, if we were still on the Fox engine for PES 2022, I would talk more about what can be added to the edit mode, like importing images for scoreboards or ad boards or television packages, or increasing the number of high resolution kits allowed to be added via option files, or even bringing back the type kit option. Those are a small few things I can think of off the top of my head. Now my wish for this year's edit mode is to make sure that there is no loss of content in the edit mode during the engine switch. For me, the edit mode is the heart and soul of PES, and for any current feature that goes missing in PES 2022's edit mode would be a massive step backwards, as we don't want to play catch up in any way going forward. Now if there is one thing that needs to happen this year, it is the improvement on the atmosphere. It's no secret that it's one of the things that PES doesn't do well at, and a good atmosphere is what brings the immersion and at least the game you are playing to life. Having no atmosphere can take away the sense of feeling, especially if you are up against your rivals at home, but the crowd are making some kind of noise, but not an authentic one. This was recorded on my PlayStation. And this match is recorded from my PC.
So don't leave anything out there now. Do what you're good at. It's better than what they can. Dybala with the foul. And it's Chilwell. He's through, now is he in? It is fascinating, is it not, on this occasion, above all others, simply to wonder what is going through the heads of... It's Cristiano Ronaldo! What a rocket! That is special!
And the difference is staggering, and of course this is due to the mods available on PC. But not everyone can afford to purchase a PC to get the definitive offline PES experience. So this really doesn't cover all player bases, as console players are missing out. Steps to make PES feel more complete would be the addition of an atmosphere that has different sound bases from every country, and at least the partnered teams to have their authentic chants. PES isn't far off from being a great package, but work does need to be done on the sound side of things. PES did actually have a good atmosphere base back in PES 2014, and I would recommend you to watch my PES 2022 atmosphere suggestion video back from 2019, so you can actually see that Konami are capable of adding a decent atmosphere base. Now, to end the video, there is one thing PES 2022 is 100% expected to give us, and that is a next gen feel. New physics, animations, graphics and everything to make it feel truly like a next gen title. Now, I do believe that the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game will remain with the Fox engine, and there won't be any major upgrade to those editions of the game, because you can't have one development team working on two games with different engines. It would be a waste of resources, and it would make the progression on the newer engine a slower one. Now, I know that FIFA 21's next gen upgrade isn't the greatest in terms of gameplay, but some of the additions that are exclusive to next gen are a welcome addition, such as pre-game cutscenes, hair movement, ball physics upon hitting the ball, graphics, 90th minute goal winning celebrations, DualSense feedback on PS5 controllers, and the new camera angle. PES has to do the same with the new next gen version. There has to be features that the PS5, Xbox and PC has exclusively in comparison to the PS4 and Xbox One versions. So you have come to the end of my PES 2022 wishlist. Let me know your thoughts and your wishes for PES 2022 in the comments section below. I hope you did enjoy this video. My name is Cam, and I will see you again in the next one.